Hi folks, Rich Bassini from RJBassini.com coming to you today to do a demo on the Brother MFC-J415W printer here, and I just want to go over it really well. I can't say quick because every time I say I want to do it quick, it always ends up running a lot longer than expected. I'm going to do some screen shares with you and stuff like that, but the main purpose of these videos, in case it's the first time coming to YouTube channel, in this particular case the eBay listing, is I do these videos, these demo videos, to show the potential buyer as to what you're getting. I like to point out any flaws or any imperfections, or whether the unit is scratched, dents, things, or whatever it may be, working, non-working, and so on and so forth. This is a working printer, of course, and I just picked this up. And I usually like to talk about the item before I get started with the demo intro, so to speak. This particular printer here, I'm just going to move the webcam down here so you can see it. The picture you see on the screen here next to it is what's for sale, of course. This printer here is in really nice, clean condition. The top part of it has some light scuffs on it for the most part. Not really bad. It doesn't affect, like I said, and it doesn't affect anything here. I did a pre-testing here. That's why you see the a sheet here, colored sheet, and I'm going to go over and show you certain things about it. I can't do any print features with it because when you power it on, it asks for the cartridge. It needs a magenta cartridge, but there's a website on there, like on eBay, where you can get these cartridges basically for, I don't know, I see them for $5, $6. You get all four of them. I definitely would highly recommend that if you are the buyer of this printer, to pick up new cartridges. It's a minimal, cheap investment, simple enough. You pop this door down here, you pull the lever down here, and you pull out the cartridge. This is what the kind of cartridge it takes. Okay, all right. So that's what you would do. That's it, definitely. And I just dropped some ink over here, so that can't be a good thing. So let me just get this here. I didn't think there's that much ink in there, but apparently it went on my desk. I'm sorry, folks. That's why I keep a rag here too, because you never know. It's okay. I'll take it out later on with a little alcohol. That's why I try to keep a rag here, for the simple reasons you never know when you're doing demos if you're going to have any situations like this would arise, and like I should say, like this just happened here. Well, we know one thing, folks. At least there's black ink in there for now, anyway. So that's what you would basically do with this here. Yeah, I'll just finish up on that later on. And then it says over here, did you just change? And then you it gives you a little prompts here. Did you change the black ink? And you would type yes or no. In this particular case, I'm just going to print. I'm just going to hit option 2. Actually, I say 1. Okay. But now over here we got a screen here, so you can't see it, folks. But it says over here. Well, I went back to it. It says it keeps going back and forth. The cartridges that it needs, and it's pointing to magenta. It's showing the other cartridges full, but don't go by that because looking at them, they don't look full to me. But anyway, it's pointing right now that it needs a magenta. And the funny thing is, with any printer, not only just Brother, but with these type of printers, unless you replace the cartridges in here, you can't do any other function as far as not any other function. You can still do faxing, you can still scan, but the thing is, you won't be able to do any printout reports and stuff like that. So I can't do any demos and showing you that the printer does print. Okay, it will not let me do that unless I put the cartridge in there. Now, there's 2 things I could do. Sometimes I do is I buy the cartridges. I have another Brother that's being listed, and I would hope somebody would buy it because I just installed new cartridges in there, and they're going to probably be drying up by the time the person gets it. They're brand new cartridges I installed in there. So I don't know how long the shelf life is, but I did a video. It's another Brother. You might see it on my listings. And I'm hoping somebody would buy it. I don't know. I guess maybe it's priced too much, but I did put best offer in there. But I just installed a new cartridge with that, did a complete demo on it. The thing works great. This particular printer here, it's in clean condition. It has the excuse me, fax, scan, copy. It's got a photo capture here. If you had the little memory cards here, you could put the memory card in here, the SD cards, I guess what they call them, and you would pop it in there, and then you hit the photo capture, and it would upload your photos, and you could view them on the screen, the LED screen here. I should say color LED screen. Let's get rid of that there, because I don't want to keep looking at that. Here's your time sets and stuff like that, fax and so on and so forth. Here's your thing if you want to do a fax, you want to adjust the volume. You can see that there. Here's, and then you could go low, you can go real low, or you could go a little high. Okay. So we know the fax, we know the ringer works on this here. You could do a scan on here. Here's your menu to go through your ink levels, and you would click on here to OK, and you would do a test print. We can't do a test print. You can't do any cleaning because there's nothing, like I said, there's not ink in there in that one cartridge. However, you could scroll down and you could check out the ink levels. Here again, it's showing you magenta, but I would say most likely it's going to be all the cartridges. So if you are the lucky buyer, I will show you on eBay. You can get all 4 of them for like $5, $5.25, whatever, $5.30 and $5.20. They're all different price ranges. Some of them say like a 20 pack too. I don't think you need a 20 pack unless you're going to be printing like a lot of heavy output, you know. This printer overall condition is very clean. Here is your for the order document feeder. If something gets stuck in here, you would go in here, take the paper out, remove it. No, don't let that snap before you, folks. It's not broken. It just, you gotta understand, these printers today, everything is plastic. Unfortunately, you know, if you can come across a metal printer, I would like to know that one when it's all made of metal. Here you got adjustable paper tray here. So your document feeder. This is your auto document feeder. What you do is you put the paper, I believe, in here, and I think it would come out. I'm not sure if it goes this way or if you put it this way. I think what you do is you put it on the bottom, and then it comes out and it goes this way. Okay. That's that part there. You got a little tray here to, I guess, when the paper comes out, it won't fall off the side. I don't think it would anyway. I would think it would just rest here, but you got that little gizmo. I don't know all the specs on this here. However, folks, I don't know if this is a full duplex. I would think it is. It is wireless. I did connect it to my my home network. Let's see here. I'm going to click over here and go to menu, and I'm going to go over here to network. And the network here, when you scroll down, it's got the setup wizard, and it's got the it tells you when you do the setup wizard, it'll show you all the surrounding areas that have the Wi-Fi. Mine should be set up over here. I think I've already installed it here, but it says searching for SSID. Now you can't see that over there because it's so small too, but it'll come up with mine is FiOS. It does detect wireless, and I believe when the wireless is connected, see it's detected right here. It's got FiOS HP65. That's my wireless connection there. When you do check these things out, let me just click over here, and you hit the menu. Oops, let me go one more time over here, folks. I'm sorry. You'll see a little antenna thing there. That means the wireless is connected. This is, again, a wireless printer. Here's your hook here. If you got to dial numbers, you know, if you got to dial numbers on your faxing, let's say you're doing a fax, you could, you know, I don't have it hooked up. You got the fax resolution standard. You could do the contrast and so on and so forth. Then you can press start to dial. Of course, nothing's going to dial because there's nothing in there. I'm just playing around with it. So we're going to clear that out. Go back to the menu again. Okay. So now that's the wrong time, by the way, the wrong date. Okay. So make sure if you're going to use your fax, you got the date correct in there because that's that goes. So as a timestamp. When you want to hook up your USB cable, I already hooked it up just to save a little time. The USB cable connects over here, and it's got a little channel dug out over here. That's the way Brother makes them on their printers. Just on these type, on the all-in-ones, where you got to connect the USB in it. So don't look, if you are the lucky buyer of this printer, do not look in the back of the printer. Usually in the back, like on the HPs, they're in the back in there. My particular, I have a Brother, the 2270, I think it is, 2270, whatever, DW, whatever. That's normal back. It's on the back of it. It's a laser printer. But on all-in-ones, I noticed that's the way they are. You always get prompts, responses like over here. It'll say cover is open. Please close the scan the cover. But that's just to show you if you have a paper, something gets jammed. I don't think you would have any problem here. There should be really no reason why you would have to go in here anyway, unless you have to do service to the machine. Maybe it might need, unless you got to put a new print head on there, print carriage head. That's the only thing I can think of right now. The way they make it, Brother makes their printers is, you know, it's not like HP where if you have to change the print head, it's right there. The printer will retract to about here, right, on the HP, and then you would be able to unclamp, you know, loosen the clamp, and you'd be able to pull the whole print head out. This one here, it's a little more involved. I've seen videos on it, how to change a print head. Hopefully you never have to do that. Hopefully not. And it's pretty involved. I think it's involved. And then you'd have to take out this plastic piece, which I wouldn't mess around with it. So far it's good, as far as I know. When you have to release this here, just assist it a little. Don't just force it down because you can break it. You know, it is everything, like I said, is plastic. Just give it a little assistance and help it out. Now, here's your tray. This does have a photo section over here where you could adjust it right here. It'll tell you right here, photo tray. I think it is over here, photos. And what you would do is, I would believe you would close this up, I guess, or something like that there, and you would adjust this here. I believe that's how that would work. I don't know. I don't have one of these printers yet. I don't want to play around with it, but that's the way I believe you put the 4x6 in there. You install it in there. Unlike the HP printer, where it has the stackable tray where it's already built in, the top of it has the 4x6, and then underneath is the paper. Here you got to do it manually, which is no big deal. There's nothing wrong with that. And you get yourself a nice little tray. I don't know the capacity on this here, if it holds 20 sheets or 30 sheets. It can't be thick. It's not that deep. It's pretty shallow. Okay. So I can't do any photocopying. I can't show you that it prints because the cartridge, it will not let me go past that part. Okay. In order to do that there, in order to print, you need to have that cartridge installed, which I don't have. Here you got the thing here where you gotta do your paper. You just pull this out like this. When the paper comes out, it'll come up, it'll fold here, it'll stop right here. Okay, so we got that. Everything pretty much is intact with the printer. I saw the printer cartridges. It's a clean printer overall, very nice. It's got a nice keypad over here for you to type in. When you're doing your, if you have numbers like on mine, I have an alphanumeric on my my Wi-Fi. My local area network, I have to type in. And the way this thing works, when you're doing it, you got to go like this. It's sort of like the, remember the flip phones back in the day where you had to key in things, you had to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and you had to keep going down to make the texting. You remember how that was back in the day? I don't know if you remember that, but that's how it was in those days. You had to keep doing it like that. I'll talk about with the flip phones. The flip phones are not like the conventional phones you have today, the smartphones where you had to do a lot of that, just type in. It has a regular keypad. This is not the same like that. My HP, the PhotoSmart 7520, has a regular big screen, and you could just tap in the numbers in there. Okay, this is a little different. Nothing wrong with it though. It works great. I mean, and don't forget, you're not going to be keying in your network ID every time you use the printer. Once it's done, it's set. That's it. You don't have to worry about it. Now, the other hand, I can't do much. Like I said, I could do a scan, and I just want to go over a few things with it. Here's the one. It's just an advertisement. I thought it'd be a nice little advertisement here. It's for the Blue Bunny ice cream, and I'm going to show you how it scans. It does scan really nice, folks. Okay. Now, I already uploaded the drivers just to save time and trouble, but if you got to get the software for it, I'm going to go over that really quick. Right now, what I'm going to do is a live scan here. And what I'm going to do is, while you're screen sharing here, as you can see, you're screen sharing the same. You're seeing the same things I'm seeing. I'm going to go over here to don't mind all my icons over there, folks. I'm going to go to Control Panel. Let me just right-click this here. I'm going to go to Control Panel. That is, the screen will pop up here. Let me just move this over wide here. Here we go, like that. I'm going to go to, first off, I just want to show you, folks, that this printer will run on Windows 10. And the way we're going to do this, we're going to go to System. And you can see right here, Windows 10 Home. Here's my processor, my memory. Not a big, it doesn't have a lot of memory. It's a 64-bit operating system. It's HP Pavilion. Okay, so you see it does work on the Windows Home 10. Now we go back here, and we're going to go to Device and Printers. Okay, now here's the thing, folks. Now I already uploaded the software here, but if you notice, it shows up under Epson Wi-Fi. I guess that means that's what that's. I guess that's what that is. Wi-Fi, maybe, I believe. 2530. Now you say, wait a minute. This one here says J415W. That's just the way it came up. You could see the picture in here. It's the same picture as here. Okay. Don't ask me why it comes up like that, but it does. It works. And I'll even prove it to you it works. We're going to go right-click it here. We're going to do a Start Scan. Okay, now, let's see. Am I using something else? Okay. All right, you're going to get a little auto prompt like that there. I got the picture. It's on a flatbed. Okay. And we're going to do a scan. Now, you could hear the printer going Okay, it's not too bad, depending on the resolution, on how you have the resolution. If it's set really high, the higher the resolution, folks, the longer it's going to take. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to take too much of your time up. I don't know. Let's see what the time is right here. We'll keep a little time lapse. So far, we're into it for 15 minutes so far with this video. I would like to try to make it as quick as possible. I can't guarantee, but I'm going to try. Okay, so now we're importing the videos. I use Picture It Express. Let me see how this is coming up. Now, I know you could also default and use Windows picture software. You could use theirs as well, but let's click over here for a second. Okay, Picture It comes up. This is what I use to process my photos when I'm uploading. Okay, now I just want to take it out. Here you go. It's a live photo here. And you could do well, it's a little hard to do a comparison because you're seeing a small photo as opposed to a big one. You can see the clarity and the resolution on it is pretty good. I think so anyway. Okay? And this was done live. I do these videos live to show the person, the potential buyer, that this is not smoke and mirrors here. I'm an honest seller. I do these videos, like I said, to give the a little insight to the particular buyer, the actual potential buyer, as to what they're getting. That it's not going to be dead on arrival when you get it. Now, the only thing I will say in regards to this is that if you are the lucky buyer of this printer, please take note. Okay, if you do get it, because every now and then when I go through all these videos and I show people these things, let me just move this up, folks. I'll get a memo. I'll get it maybe a week later, 2 weeks later, whatever it may be. And for the love of Pete's sake, I don't know why, but sometimes the buyers will get these items from me, and what they do is they'll hold on to them. And sometimes about maybe 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, I got the printer, it doesn't work. Look, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I have a Windows 10 operating system. You might be working with an XP system. You may be working with Vista. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what operating system you work on. I'm going to show you the software, how it detects the what your operating system is. It does it automatically. Did it for mine. Okay, and I'm not going to go reinstall it again, but it is there. Okay. If you do get this printer and you power it on, you are going to see a memo, a message coming up, and it's going to say replace the ink. You will not be able to do any photocopying until you get that cartridge. Now, you might say, well, why don't I just buy the cartridge? I could do that too, all right? But you see, I want to move these things. I just picked this printer up. I tested it, cleaned it, made sure it was all working order. I want to get these printers, and like I said, I have a couple more. I have another one I got to do at HP Envy that I have to do another printer on, another demo video. I could do that if a person buys this printer and you want it. Let's say you do buy it, you message me and say, excuse me, Rich, can you do me a favor? Can you order it and just tag on that extra money what it is? Let's say I'm selling this printer for $30. Can you just tag on the $5 and stuff like that, whatever for the cartridge, or whatever it costs for the cartridge? I try to buy the economical price cartridges, not to jack it up. I don't want to see you guys get stuck with a big bill, as far as I'm not going to sit and say, well, if the buyer's paid for it, let me go get a $20 one, whatever, $10. I'm going to try to shop just like I would for myself. If that's the case, where you want me to do the printer configuration or whatever, you have to set the cartridges in place, I don't mind doing that. I mean, that's up to you. If you want to buy that, or it's simple enough to do it yourself. I'll show you on eBay where you can buy it, the cartridges cheap enough. The only thing I will say is, when you're doing this, folks, don't get frustrated. Don't get there and say, if you get it, I put it in, the cartridges don't work, it don't print. Do the alignment and do the cleaning function when you get them in, when you install them, okay? Also, make sure, now, I didn't notice on these here, I don't want to take it out because I might drip ink again here, but let me go, we'll go to magenta because the magenta is pretty much emptied out here. I didn't see any, I didn't see a chip on this cartridge here. I didn't see it. And this is the one that's claiming it's empty. I didn't see a chip in it, so I don't know how it detects it. And this is, are these original brothers? I don't think they're original brothers, but I didn't see any ink level chip on here. So you might, I'm not saying, in a lot of my videos, I always said, make sure you're getting, when you get a cartridge, make sure they have ink level chips on them. Because if they don't, show up, it won't show up, and the levels will come out all messed up. They won't show that you installed new cartridges. It doesn't show you the ink levels. But here's the thing I want to say. If you do, even if you do, I had to do this once before on a printer I picked up, and I did sell it. I know a little about printers. I'm not 100% an expert on them, but I know for a fact that if they don't print, it doesn't mean the printer is broken or non-functional. A lot of people say that sometimes, oh, I got a printer from you, it's non-functional, it doesn't work. No, it does work. You just got to take the time and initiative to do a little research on it. What this would do, when you get something like this here, if you are having a problem with that, if you can get into those little jet heads back there where the thing goes, I would just take a cotton swab, a little alcohol, try cleaning it, and then do it that way there. I don't think you're going to have any problem with this one. Not with this particular one or any of the ones I sell for the most part. I've done it before. I had to clean them out. The one I had to do, I had the syringe where you would inject it with the like a warm solution, warm water solution, but you got to put like a little cloth in there so it'll soak up any excess ink. You don't want to go to that route. You don't want to go that way. If you don't feel comfortable buying the cartridges and installing them, again, you could email me and say, well, I'd like to buy the printer. Could you install the cartridges for me? I'll be more than happy to do that. Okay. Now, I can't go too much further than that there. The fax is simple enough to set up. You would have to do that yourself, folks. You would set up your fax. You would go in there, go through the format to set up your fax. You put all your information there and so on and so forth. Again, it's pretty cut and dry. Now, I want to go over it really quick. I want to just go over this here because I don't want this to last an hour or so. I'm going to just delete these here. As you can see, the photos, all right, you know, they do print. Now, I want to just share one thing with you. If you do get this printer, again, I don't know why Brother, well, see, this is now, here's the funny thing. This is showing up as an Epson, which I kind of find a little odd here. I don't know why that's showing up like that, okay? It should, you would think, it would still show up as a Brother MFC. I don't know why. See, it's even over here too. It's down here, but it's the same printer. Apparently, I don't know if they worked in unison, Brother and Epson, if they're one country, you know, one company, or they merged together. I don't know. But as you can see, when I clicked it on, it did print. Okay, so that I don't know. So if you do see this here and say, hey, I went to my display printers and it's showing up as an Epson, I don't know why it's coming up like that, folks. I couldn't tell you. I don't really know. It's the first time I've seen it happen, but that is the same exact printer here they use for the photo. Now, what you would do is, in a case like that, if you do have a situation where it doesn't work, go to your troubleshoot. Click that on there, and it'll detect it. If it sees a fix, it'll apply a fix. Click yes to apply the fix. Okay, that there, you should have no problem. These are the printers I have. This will be deleted. This is the one I picked up recently, the 2270 DW. And the DW, in case you're wondering, on the Brothers, this means duplex and this means wireless. Now, this is a wireless printer. Again, I don't know if it's duplex. Let's click down here. Or let me go over here and see. Let me see something over here, folks. Now, okay. Here I went over here to the full driver software. Again, now, here is when you do an update or whatever you're going to do a Google search on this printer, you would go over here to you type in Google search, you type in the printer model. Okay, this is MFC-J415W, and this is what comes up. Now, backtracking it, if you go to support or supported OS, it'll tell you the operating systems it supports. These are the ones it does. Now, when I printed mine, when I went to the system, it automatically detected Windows 10 64-bit operating system, which is what I'm working with. Now, let's go back again. Let's take it to the step. So in case when you get to it, if you get to this part here, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, so when I first came here, this is the window you get when you first start up here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure I'm getting this right here. Okay, let me go back one more so you can see exactly how it comes up. Okay, now it's going to HP Photo Spawn. Okay, we don't want that one. I think I went a little too far. Let me go back over here again. I'm sorry, folks. So what I did was I did a Google search. As you can see, I typed in that there, and then this is what it came up with after I clicked it on. It automatically detected Windows 10 64. When your system, which one your system's working, XP, Vista, it'll let you know ahead of time. If your system's running on a Vista system, it's a 32-bit or Windows, 32-bit or 64-bit, it'll automatically default to that operating system. So what I did was after it connects to you or it detects that your operating system, you do a search. This is what I did, folks, and I did this right here. The full software, full driver and software package. You click it on, it's 116.5 megabytes. Yes, make sure you have enough storage on your hard drive for this here. Load this up. I'm not going to reload it again, but load this up onto your computer. You should have no problem with it. Now, on the other hand, what I would do too, if you're in doubt and if you have the room, I would put this in. You might say, well, if you're doing a full package, a full driver software package, why do we need to do this? You don't have to, but my thing is right here. I'm not going to install here because this computer, once I finish with this demo, I'm going to uninstall the software. I would definitely do the firmware update. It definitely pays to have it in there. If there's new patches or fixes that come up, you know, you might want to have that there. It'll automatically tell you what, you know, that there's a new update or a patch or a fix. Definitely update that. Also, you want to keep this here, your system pretty much up to snuff as far as with driver software. Okay, make sure that you have the right software in there and keep on top of it. You know, it doesn't hurt to have it up there. Okay. The next thing is, some people may say, hey, what about manuals? How am I going to know how to work this thing? Simple enough. If you go to the left side over here, you click on manuals. Now, they're usually PDFs. Okay, here, now you can print out the network user's guide. Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. You don't have to, but you could if you want. Here's the basic user's guide. Okay, they got advanced, they got the software user guide, and so on. Here's the basic one. You can do is click on this one if you'd like. You click this on. Most likely, it's going to PDF file, and it's going to be a big file. This is 3.4 megabytes. So what you would do is you click it down here. If you don't have Adobe Reader, you can download it. Now these manuals are usually probably close to 80 or 100 pages. I don't know what this one is. Some of them are all different. Here's one here. Again, this is 122 pages. I can't print this out for you folks. If you're a person that likes to have documentation to read up on your printer, you might want to buy it off of eBay. I don't think, if you contacted Brother, I don't know if Brother would still have these around. They would sell them to you. I don't know. You could probably look on eBay and see if anyone's selling them. But again, if you don't want to go that way, you know, you don't want to go that route and you want to keep it economically and cheap, you just have it right down here, you PDF it, and you look for specific topics. Now, I would definitely also, even though you might say, wait, this is a pre-owned printer, I would definitely register it. I've done it with the one I picked up. I got two printers that I bought used. I bought the HP PhotoSmart printer and the Brother printer. They both used. I registered them, and they accepted it. Now you might say, what about a date? You could just put today's date or whatever, you know, or whatever. That's what I did. And believe it or not, they accepted it. And now I'm on their mailing list, and any patches or software things come up. It worked. It did it for me anyway. Okay, you know, you might have a different experience, but it worked for me. But anyway, again, going back forward, you're gonna have the whole manual all online. What I would do is, now people might say, well, what am I going to do? Print that? If you got a printer, a laser printer, and you want to print that 122 pages because you want that documentation, that's totally up to you. I can't do it. The only thing I say, folks, is pick out specific topics you're looking for. Well, you don't need to print that about loading your paper. I mean, I'm sure you know how to do that there. That's pretty cut and dry. Let's say you want to print out receive modes. So you would go in there, you print it out, and let's say it starts from page 5 and it goes on to, no, well, this one here is 25. Let's say it goes from 25 and 26, okay? All right, let's just say that there, from 25 to 26. You just say, well, I just want these 2 pages. So what you do is you go to File on top, you go to Print Preview. Now, don't get nervous. It's not going to print the whole thing. Sometimes, I know when I first did, I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to start my printer. It's going to start printing now. I don't have it powered on anyway, but I mean, I would cancel it out right away anyway. So it's going to bring you back to the manual again, you know, the user guide. And we know that it's page 24, 25, and 26. So what you do is you click on print. Pay attention with this part because you don't want to start the printer up, because once it spools into memory, then you got to go into it, cancel it out. So you hit the print button here. See over here where it says all? Uncheck that. Click down here. Click 25 and 26. You click OK. That's the only page that's going to print. Page 25 and 26. That's all you need to do. Now, again, if you have other topics that you're interested in, let's just say, well, I need to, or you can even read it online. Go eco-friendly. Save paper. You don't even have to print them out if you don't want to. But that's another way of going around it, okay? But you can get the user guide. I think a lot of companies are putting these. I know HP has been doing it a lot. A lot of companies are using the going paperless in some cases. Like I said, here's a basic user's guide, and it's 122 pages. I guess they want to save some trees too, which is good. Makes sense, you know. Again, it depends how much you need it. I have guides for my older printers I have. Well, when I had them, when I bought my printers, I had them user guides there, and I ended up giving them with the people, the people that bought printers off me, because I hardly referenced them, to be honest with you. It's nice to have them, but I hardly reference them. So that's totally up to you. So basically, folks, that's all I could talk to you about as far as that part goes. Again, if you need to, you know, I don't want to close all the tabs out here. If you need to print out anything, you know, things of that nature, you could just print out the sheet. Now, here again, if I was to buy this printer, okay, let's say I bought it, I seen the demo, I like what I see, the printer looks good. I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to take a chance to buy it. I offer a 30-day money-back guarantee anyway, folks, so you're not stuck with anything. The only thing I ask, and please, I already had a printer come back to me. A buyer had it for a couple of weeks. They decided they didn't want it. They sent it back to me. The printer came back. It was damaged. I had to sell it for parts now. It was a good working printer. Now I have to sell it for parts because a part broke in there when it got back to me, and now I can't sell it as a working printer. I'm taking a loss on it. So all I'm saying, folks, if you could do me a little favor, the way I send it to you, I ship it to you, whether it be bubble wrapped, I usually use cardboard enclosures to protect it on the bottom and top and stuff like that to make sure it gets to you guys in one piece and not in pieces. The way I send it to you, this will be wrapped up in plastic, of course. I wrap everything up in plastic because I want to make sure that, you know, it doesn't, any outside elements don't get to it, whatever. I always do that with anything I sell, even right down to a little handheld peak touch. With everything I have is always wrapped up in plastic. Send it back to me the same way. You know, insure, you know, but not insure, you don't have to, that's up to you, but, you know, with the delivery tracking. This is only in case you decide you don't want it. And all I can say is, if you're not sure if you're going to keep it, keep the box, put it in your basement or a shed or whatever, and hold on to it for a while. Test out the printer. If you like it and love it, and you're going to keep it, fine. But please, do me one favor. After 30 days, I will not accept it back. Okay, so if anything comes back, you know, if it's after 30 days, and eBay will, I'm sure, will back me up because that's what I put in my list in 30-day returns. Anything after 30-day returns, you know, it's not gonna be acceptable for me or eBay, and I'm sure eBay is gonna go along with it. And so, if you don't care for this thing, whatever, please just send it back beforehand. Send it back, and hopefully not broken, okay? Because this most likely is going to be, you know, resold again, okay? So that's why it needs to be in the way I send it to you. If it's in perfect condition, I send it to you, perfect working condition. That's the way I would like to have back. With that said and done, here's the cartridges I was talking about for $5.29, free shipping, comes from California. I think this guy he is a top-rate seller such as me. I would click him on. I put him in my watch list. You could go with this guy. Well, now it looks like he's not. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Okay, I thought he maybe lost his top-rate seller. Here you get all the cartridges. Look, cheap enough. You know, $5.29. He's an experienced seller, whatever. Delivery, free delivery in 4 days. If you were to order this, if you were to buy this printer from me, you say, well, you want to order, you want to order the cartridge ahead of time. That's up to you. You might want to get it first and then order the cartridge. But if you know the timestamp is 4 days on that, my thing is, folks, that's the other thing I would like to just discuss really quick. If you get the printer, please don't wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks to say, I had the printer, it doesn't work. Or I can't get it to work, I want to send it back. When you get it, if you have the cartridge already there, or if you're waiting for the cartridge to come in, please install the cartridges, go through the format, set it up, test it out, make sure everything works, and then you decide for yourself. Okay? But that's what I would do. That's if I was to buy this printer, that's exactly how I did mine. When I got my reused printer, I knew I was getting it. I ordered the printer first, and I'm not telling that's what you have to do. But I ordered my printer first because I knew I was definitely getting it. I made sure it was definitely lock, stock, and barrel. The printer was mine. I went on eBay. I ordered the printers the same day. The cartridges, this ink cartridge, same day. Make sure you get the right cartridge for the MFC-J415W. I made sure I had the right cartridges, and I ordered the printer, and I ordered the cartridge the same day. Right after I purchased the printer, I did my research like I'm doing now, and I ordered the cartridges. This way, I figure if it takes 3 days to 4 days for both of them to arrive to you, depending. I usually send these out priority mail, so it's usually 2 or 3 days within the time frame. But this guy here says free delivery within 4 days. So if you get this in 3 days, and if you do order those cartridges from this person, they were located in California, I can see here. It should arrive a day afterwards, whatever. But that's how I would do it, folks. But that's all I ask. Please don't wait 2 or 3 weeks test that. I don't know why people wait so long, and they had it for such a long time. I had one guy, he had he ordered a printer for me, and he waited to at the end of 30 days, and he goes, I guess it's too late to return. I said, I can't take it back. And you know, I forgot his reason why. He said he couldn't get something to work on it. I walked him through it, like, you know, through email. I gave him advice, and then later on he got back to me. He goes, you know what, I got it to work. He goes, I'm sorry, because I didn't think. Thanks for your help. But he ended up keeping it anyway. But even after the 30 days, I couldn't take it back. And I'm giving 30 days. That's a long enough time to. Now I know eBay has 60. I'm not going to do 60-day returns. But you know, you got 30 days to play with. But you know, the thing I was trying to say is, don't wait 2 or 3 weeks. If you get this here and you're messing around, not messing around with it, hopefully, after you test it out and you get the thing to work or whatever, you hopefully to get it to work, everything's good. That's fine. If I don't hear from you, no news is good news. But if you do get it, and again, you know, within a day or 2 or whatever, after you get it, whatever you say, I can't get it to work, message me. Let me know what your intentions are. If you need help, I'll try to give you help in any way I can. I could, you know, message you back. I could try to give you some information, you know, what I would do, how to handle it. I've done that a couple times with people who bought printers, and they applied it, and it worked. Okay, so the reason why the other person sent it back, I don't know. They decided to want to keep it, but apparently it wasn't packaged well. When it got back, the printer was damaged. So that's the story. But anyway, folks, this is all I'm going to talk to you about right now. This guy here, he seems pretty good to me. He's a top-rate seller. He's got a 99% feedback, which is pretty good, considering. You could always shop around. There's other people that are selling stuff. If you want, let's say you get a printer like this and you do a lot of printing. You go back to the search results here. There are guys selling like 20 cartridges for like, I don't know, $10, $15. That's totally up to you if you're going to buy them. You know, sometimes, and you see them all different price. Here's a 15-pack for $10. So you say for $5 more, you get 15-pack. But the thing is, I don't know the shelf life of these things, of the toner, you know, the ink cartridges. You know, I would hate to see you buy them and then later on, you know, they dry out. Now here's a guy selling a 5-pack. You get 2 black cartridges and you get the magenta and that black. I could see the black going quick on it. My HP, my HP printer, the black cartridges, I just ordered not long ago. I did print, you know, did some printing on it, but they're running that one. The particular one's running low as well. So I'm gonna have to order cartridges for my own printer. But I shop around and I look around for the kind of like the best deal. Like again, that guy's selling for $5. For $2 more, you get 2 extra cartridges. Well, you get an extra toner cartridge for the black. So you might want to consider this guy. He's also a top-rate seller, free shipping. Okay, he's got a buy it now price too. So he's another good one here. This guy, the 5-pack. That's even something you might want to consider in case you want to have it. In case you run, because black usually runs out. Depending if you're doing a lot of documentation, black and white, you might want to consider this guy here. But that's all I can tell you, folks. Again, I don't want to, I'm looking at the clock here, the little thing here, the timer here. It's getting late. You know, it's going on more than expected. You do get the USB printer cable with this here. And please remember, there is no original software or original packaging or user manuals with this printer. You will definitely need cartridges. You could take a chance to just buy the magenta one. That's totally up to you. I would definitely buy the whole pack. If you want to keep these here on the side, you want to like put tape on them or whatever, or try to use these until they run out and dry. If that's the case, if it is showing up on a printer here that if that's the only one it needs, you could just buy the magenta. I don't know how much ink is left in the other cartridges. So that is totally up to you. That's your discretion what you want to do. You should not have any problem with this printer, folks. This, like I said, I did a live demo. I connected to my Wi-Fi, so it is wireless. So you shouldn't have no problem with it. I can't think of anything else to tell you guys. If you have any messages or, you know, like any questions, please email me prior to making any bids. You know, say, hey, Rich, what is this printer all about? You know, do you know when it was created, or you know when it was made, or you know, if let's say you're not a person familiar with the operating system, whatever. You know, I don't know, whatever it may be. I'll try to help you out the best I can. This is a pre-owned printer. This is not my personal printer. I do have an HP printer, a Brother printer. It's the HL2240. That was my personal printer. It's a laser printer. If you want a laser printer in lieu of this too, I think I have it listed for $79 with the best offer. You know, so if you want to buy 2 printers, whatever, that's I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. And I also have another Brother printer that you might be interested in. I got it for $199. That's a little different model. You know, it's all key driven. It's like I guess actually it's like LCD driven. You know, a touch screen if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that's a touchscreen one there. That's a nice print. That's the one I just installed new cartridges in it too. So check that out while you're out there too. While you're looking, check out my listings. Check out those other printers I have. All right. Take it, what, 15, 20 seconds to give it a fast glance, whatever. But anyway, folks, if you like what I do with these videos, please subscribe to my channel. Let's have you as a subscriber. If you like what I do with them, if you feel they're informative, give them a thumbs up. I'm here to try to help you guys out, and plus to show the potential buyers that you're not getting something that's gonna, you know, arrive to you dead on arrival. In other words, you get this thing, you take it, unwrap it, the plastic off it, you plug it in, and you say to yourself, hey, this thing don't work. It's not. It shouldn't be like that there, unless there's something that you're not doing. But I set up my printer on my computer. I downloaded software. I plugged in my USB. Bingo, and that's what came. Now, as far as remember now, folks, when you see it, if it detects on the system as an Epson, as you can see, when I clicked it on, this printer wet. So I don't know, again, why it detected it that way. I couldn't tell you. All right, but you could see that's where it came up. It normally would, it should come up as a brother, but I don't know. Okay, unless there's something going on with my system, I don't think so. It shouldn't work like that, you know. But anyway, guys, I'll talk to you soon. I hope this video helped you out, and you take care. Have a great day. And I really wish you all the best. And you're shopping around. You know, maybe you're not interested in my printers, but you know, if you're interested in somebody else, well, good luck to that guy or him or her. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Bye bye now.